Well, I found this little valley atop one of the canyons out here. Admittedly, I cannot pronounce the name of this canyon, but I will write the word down here. It's like Tolum Klolalum, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so actually yesterday I was up at the top of that peak way up there, and that is Zugspitze. I remember that one. It was awesome. Taking a little time lapse over here of this little valley view, and I was on my hike down. It took a long time to get up here, probably about 3 hours, but I figured like this is a really beautiful wide angle shot and I wanted to immortalize it in time lapse. Nothing too crazy. It's only 240 frames. You know, in playback that's probably about 10 seconds. Tomorrow I'm gonna take a mental health day and make sure I'm taking care of myself along the road, especially while you're traveling alone. Maybe it's not like as fun traveling alone. I think it's very important that you are able to be in tune with yourself, to be able to accomplish tasks by yourself, to be able to do travel by yourself, to be able to content create and get the kind of footage and material that you want on your own. It proves to yourself that you know how to execute projects and execute location scouting and execute creative planning, all of that by yourself, which is a very valuable skill to show. But it's also a lot of fun to travel with people too. And you know, I try to balance that. It's a balancing act. So yeah, so my mental health day, I'm looking forward to showing you guys. I'm gonna go paragliding in the morning. Fingers crossed if the weather holds out. All I will be taking with me is my GoPro, and that's it. Like, I'm not gonna bring a camera. I'm gonna unplug from my equipment and I'm just gonna take the day to go do something fun. I'm always of the opinion that when you're traveling a far distance, you should stay there for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks if you're lucky, to really get the lay of the land and explore and learn about that environment. But you know, that comes at a personal toll, that comes at a health toll. You know, and if you want to kind of link mental health into this conversation too, I think it's an important topic to discuss. So yeah, there are a couple things that I want to say that are very important if you are ever feeling like you're struggling on the road, or if you feel like you are not good enough, or if you feel like the work that you are putting out is not what it used to be, or not what it should be, or it doesn't look like XYZs or anything like that. The first point that I want to make is do not compare. Compare and despair. It is never worth it to look at your work and compare it to somebody else's. It's not productive. You can use that kind of work as a guideline. You can use that kind of work to understand how you can improve and how you can get better and fine-tune the work that you're doing. But everybody has their own creative journey, and everybody has their own unique and creative and professional spin on the work that they put out. So that's the first point that I want to really drive in there. It's not worth it. Compare and despair. The second point I think that's worth talking about is allocating personal time away from your equipment. Ironic, because I'm holding a GoPro and I'm taking lapses over here, and I may or may not have just flown my drone. But when you're doing these kinds of trips, it's important to like carve away a couple hours or carve away an entire day for rest and recovery. And I have been guilty of not doing this. I've been guilty of not taking care of myself when I'm traveling, because I'm always of the opinion, usually, maybe previously, that you have to take advantage of every single second, and you have to do this, you have to do that, and you only have 10 minutes, and you only have there's not enough hours in the day, and there never will be, you know? So there have been times where I've made like these bucket list itineraries where I hustle and bustle to do 100 million different things in 2 or 3 days while we're passing through a city. I go back and forth on it, because it's like sometimes you pull away some incredible photos, sometimes you pull away some incredible memories, but oh man, it's tiring. The third point I want to make, and the very last point, is to just smile and you know, just like have fun on the road. I've been out all day. I've been like hiking through gorges and stepping through puddles and all that, and carrying this like massive backpack on my back. But connect with the locals and smile and have a good time at the top of this hiking trail that I did today. I can show you some footage from that too. I got a couple beers and I just like had a meal and I people watched, and it was incredible because it was just like, oh, like Das Beer on top of Das Mountain in Das, Germany. It was like really, really awesome. And you know, like that was really fun. And yeah, I mean, I want to like go sit at a bar and talk to somebody and like learn about their background and understand how they fit into the broader context here in Germany while I'm here. That's super important, just to make sure that you're experiencing a human connection. When you do connect with locals, it makes you realize like how they fit into their context and how you should feel about visiting their residence, their place, their home. I ran into a couple of hikers 2 days ago, yesterday, at the top of Zugspitze, which is the top of Germany. And I learned about this guy. He hiked the entire mountain from the top, did not take the cable car. And we swapped Instagrams and we swapped YouTubes and all that. And like we're plugged and we're following each other. His name is Flankly. But I saw on his Instagram, he just like goes paragliding with skis in the winter. And I thought like, oh my God, that is the coolest freaking thing. And while solo traveling, it's just those little moments like that I'm probably never gonna forget. Yeah, that's a little bit of the inspiration for why I decided to go paragliding tomorrow. That'll be fun. So I'm driving to the launch point for paragliding. I'm going paragliding at the top of that. I'll be strapped in with somebody for safety, and I'm just gonna enjoy the ride and have fun. Okay, alrighty. This is so cool. Oh man, it's amazing.
Was the running okay?
Running was perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh man. Oh man.
So, now for landing, it's very easily.
Oh shit.
Wait.
Amazing. That looks really delicious down there. I'm gonna go grab a bite before I get back on the road. Still on that topic of trip fatigue, it's just super important to find a good hot meal and see some local stuff. Like that was a little festival that the local fire department was putting on just because they were raising money for their fire department, and grilling meats, delicious pork chops, and delicious German barbecue sauce that I have no idea how to make, and I asked and they said it was a secret. And I'm upset about that. But that's okay. That was literally the best meal I've had in Germany on this trip. It's just, oh my goodness, it was amazing. Woo! Yeah! Das AutoBahn, yeah! We're on the AutoBahn! Holy moly! Woo! Oh, oh yeah! Just gotta fuel the car really quick and then we'll get back on the road.